Hey guys, welcome back. It's Neon. We're going to talk about the dumpster fire that is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and this reshoot situation. Apparently, it's much worse than we originally thought it was. We thought it was very odd that they're waiting until now to do some reshoots. But according to some alleged insider information that has leaked to a couple of YouTubers, Midnight's Edge and Doomcock. Now this is alleged insider information. I have no way of verifying this, but they're claiming that there's insiders going around telling YouTubers that there are potentially up to 12 different cuts of The Rise of Skywalker. That's crazy. Like, Lucasfilm hasn't settled on the final version of this movie yet. That's why they're doing reshoots now, that there are potentially 6 different endings to the Skywalker saga. We are 3 months away from this thing dropping, and it doesn't seem like anybody has any idea what the hell is going on or who's steering the ship. So we're going to talk about that in this episode and talk more about these reshoots and why I've got a really bad feeling about this. Have a really bad feeling about this. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to Clownfish TV if you have not done so already. We hit 60,000 subs this week. Thank you very much for that. We're hoping for 100,000 by the end of the year. I don't know if that's possible, but it'd be really awesome. It's getting harder and harder to be found on YouTube these days. So all the subs definitely help us, and thank you so much for your support. So Geeky is sitting this one out. She doesn't feel very well, but she said that this whole situation with The Rise of Skywalker is a big load of ass shit. Those are her exact words, so I tend to agree. It doesn't look very good. So before we gotta talk about the reshoots, I gotta bring this up. I put this out on Twitter the other day, and I was only half joking, but there might be a kernel of truth to this. I just said theory. They're going to retcon Rey to be the actual chosen one in The Rise of Skywalker. The Jedi and the audience and George Lucas misread the prophecy. Search your feelings, you know it'd be true. You know, I was kidding, but I'm starting to think that that's what they're going to do, because in this comic book page, they said that they may confirm a major Rise of Skywalker leak about Rey, because we've got a conversation between Poe and Leia. Now remember, the comics are supposedly canon now. The comics are supposedly canon. So we have Poe saying, hey, do you think she'll find him? And Leia's like, she'll find him, Poe. She better. Luke may be our only hope. Then Leia says, no, I believe there is another. And we cut to Rey. Punch it, Chewie. Punch it, Chewie. It's very possible that they're setting Rey up to be the chosen one, which I'm just like, oh my god, don't even. As if she isn't Mary Sue enough. But I digress. That is one of the many potential futures, I guess, of Star Wars, because they don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. So this was on comicbook.com a couple of days ago. They said The Rise of Skywalker continues the reshoots. And then we're going to talk a little bit about these alleged insiders going to YouTubers and telling them apparently Lucasfilm doesn't know what the hell is going on. They don't even know how this movie is going to be cut together, what version of this we're going to get. So again, coming from comicbook.com, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker continues reshoots. Falls here, and that means fans are just a few short months away from The Rise of Skywalker. Nobody cares. However, that doesn't mean that all the work is complete on the film, as reshoots are set to take place. Making Star Wars pointed out that the crew is going back to tinker with some scenes, and the changes sound interesting. Interesting, to say the least. Most of the attention is based around a giant scene with a sandworm. Yeah, this is the one where Rey's supposed to go all Force Jesus on the sandworm and either bring it back to life or heal it. Apparently this is a thing she can do now. You know, Luke couldn't do it. Palpatine couldn't do it. Yoda couldn't do it, but Rey can do it because she's Rey and she's the chosen one. I bet she is. As the heroes are fleeing from the creature, Rey has to use some new powers to allow them to escape. The Force users' new skills might end up seeming quite divisive to the fan base, as the character has been criticized in the past for being overpowered. While those concerns seem a bit extreme, This seems like uncharted territory for Rey going forward. Pretty much uncharted territory for any Jedi, from what I understand. They're basically going to make Rey out to be the most powerful Jedi that's ever lived, who's had no training and no hardship at all in her life. Yeah, go figure. Making Star Wars also says that the heroine says a line that may raise some eyebrows given the title of the movie. Spoiler, potential spoiler if it's true, supposedly Rey is going to take the name Skywalker and she's going to go live in Luke's old house on Tatooine. And so she's going to be the Skywalker that rises. Because Luke's dead, so we got to have a Skywalker rise in the Rise of Skywalker. If you thought the backlash to The Last Jedi was something, if they do that, I can guarantee you the Star Wars fandom is going to freaking riot. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be really, really ugly. And I do think they're gonna go there. Or they were thinking about going there, hence the reshoots. And I think it's gonna be a massive failure with the fans. Most Hollywood films end up doing at least some reshoots in the modern blockbuster era. Star Wars represents a massive property for Disney, and it makes sense the company would want to ensure that everything is perfect before pushing it out the door. Well, then maybe you should just start over. Start over at episode 7 and try this again, because it's a little too late. Avengers Endgame also had numerous moments of tinkering after the fact for the company this year. Yeah, but nothing like this. Not this close to release. J.J. Abrams and company know what the challenge ahead is like, and the crew is prepared to meet the hype head on. I don't think they're prepared. I don't think they're prepared at all. The director ended up going on record as saying that Rise of Skywalker is the hardest thing he's ever worked on, to Star Wars YouTube channel. D23 Expo in Anaheim represented a big moment for the movie as Abrams had to talk about the labor of love Rise of Skywalker represents. The director elaborated, "It's been a gift to work with these people again, to get to deal with these characters again. I didn't think it was going to happen for me. Every creator has doubts about the work they put forward. The stake can only magnify when working on a property of cultural importance like Star Wars." He's determined to stick the landing, though. J.J. Abrams is not good at sticking the landing. I just want to put that out there. He has a lot of good ideas. You know, he does. But sticking the landing, that's not something he's good at doing. This ending, which is such an important thing for all of us, by far has been the most challenging thing I've ever worked on, because how do you end Star Wars when it was already ended with Return of the Jedi? We're going to re-end Star Wars. He's been at the center of other properties that have captured the cultural imagination, like Lost. Yes, sticking the landing. Didn't stick the landing there either, did you, JJ? But this movie might serve to dwarf it all because of the sheer anticipation building around the Rise of Skywalker. There's not much anticipation, actually, other than YouTubers speculating as to what might happen. The general public does not seem to care. They don't care. I think any give a shit about Star Wars ran out a year or two ago. So we have to remind people that this movie is still a thing. It's still coming, but we don't know what it's going to be like. We don't know what the final cut's going to be like. Now, I watched part of this video by Midnight's Edge, and he was talking about Doomcock getting some insider information, which cannot be verified. But there clearly is something going on at Lucasfilm with this movie, because they are really cutting it close. They're really cutting it close. And, you know, we don't know how many rounds of reshoots they've had. We don't know how long this is going to go on for. Now, according to the video, Lucasfilm, or J.J. Abrams, doesn't know how to end the Skywalker saga. So they're kind of relying on the internet to tell them what they want. That's sort of the theory out there, that they're using the reaction to these leaks to sort of guide them as to what the right ending for Star Wars is. And I will give my 2 cents. Again, the proper ending for the Skywalker saga was Return of the Jedi. It's over. It's done. You know, we don't need any more. George Lucas was correct, and he was very right when he said, let's just end the Skywalker saga here. I was going to do more movies, but we're going to end it at episode 6. Now, 7, 8, 9 could have been good, but it's too late. They've already screwed it up. I think that the damage done by The Last Jedi is irreparable. I don't think that anything they do in Rise of Skywalker is going to be able to fix it. In fact, if they're thinking about doing half of these leaks, if even half of these leaks are true, this movie is going to suck so bad. It's going to be a huge dumpster fire. So we don't know what's going on, why they're still tinkering this late into the game. Right now, they should be ramping up the marketing for the movie, and I don't even know if they know what the final movie is going to look like. That might explain why the last teaser focused more on clips from previous movies, because maybe they don't have a lot to show right now. Maybe it's still, like, maybe they're still cutting this thing. I mean, the original Star Wars, you know, they were working on it right up until release, and they had to edit it and re-edit it, and, you know, eventually they got it to work. They got it to work. But, I mean, we're talking massive, massive budget. This is a tentpole franchise for Disney. You think, again, why, when they decided they were going to do a sequel trilogy, did they not sit down and plot this thing out? This is what happens in 7. This is what happens in 8. And this is what happens in 9. Freaking junior high school kid given an oral report would have thought that far ahead, in Disney, Lucasfilm didn't. It blows my mind. So I don't think we're going to get a very good movie. I could be wrong, but, you know, I was hugely excited for The Last Jedi and hugely disappointed, and I have no expectations or hope at all, really, for The Rise of Skywalker. And I think a lot of people feel that way, just looking at the video views and the distinct lack of, again, give a shit from a lot of fans, other than to, you know, kind of just facepalm some of these rumored leaks. There just isn't a lot of interest in this movie. There really isn't. And there's not a lot of interest in Star Wars. So good luck with that. I don't know what we're going to get, but I don't expect it to be the ending that the Star Wars Skywalker saga truly deserves. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants here on Clownfish TV. This has been Neon, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.